Could you please introduce yourself to the court, spelling out your last name for the record?
Hey, hi, I'm Jan Patel. Jan short for Janet, and Patel is spelled P-A-T-E-L.
And what do you do for a living, Ms. Patel?
Well, I'm technically a janitor, but I like to think of myself as the personal assistant to all the stars who come to the Civic Center in Midlands.
And were you working at the Civic Center on the night of the Hamilton-Walton debate?
Yes, I was. It was the best night of my life, because I got to meet my hero, Drew Walton. Hey!
And could you explain to the court exactly what happened that night?
Well, I was taking out the trash around 11 o'clock when I overheard people yelling. I almost immediately recognized one of the voices as Drew's. Hey. And I think there was some other guy there too. Maybe that Hamilton guy.
And what did you ever hear?
Well, like I said, they were yelling at each other, and then I heard a gunshot. So I ducked down and I put my fingers in my ears.
And after you heard this gunshot, what happened next?
Well, I saw Drew standing over that Hamilton guy's body. I mean, I'm sure she was giving him CPR. She's CPR certified, you know. She learned it in Girl Scouts.
And did you ever tell anyone about the incident that night?
Well, I tried to. I ran up to that reporter from BNN, Reagan Thomas, and I was like, hey, Reagan, I saw everything that happened. I was there the whole time. You should totally ask me some questions.
Did Reagan Thomas ever ask you any questions?
No. She totally blew me off. Can you believe that?
Could you please introduce yourself to the court, spelling out your last name for the record?
My name is Adrian Malone of Malone Ford, and I am the only licensed Maserati dealer in the state of Midlands.
And how did you get started in car sales?
Well, I started off the way most car salesmen do, selling used cars, getting some revenue. I then became a Ford star, which means I sell more than 1,000 Fords annually. You soon generated enough revenue to open up the collection with a capital C on the other side of the street.
What's the collection?
Well, the collection is my pride and joy. It's our exotic car lot, when I sell everything from Bentleys to Ferraris, Aston Martins to Lamborghinis.
And are you familiar with the defendant, Jackie Owens, in today's case?
I am. Jackie Owens is one of my favorite customers. Jackie came to me a few years ago and wanted to buy an Aston Martin DBS. It's the same car James Bond drives in the new movies. And my motto is, if you want it, I can get it for you. So we did.
Did you ever do any other business with Jackie?
Yes, we did. Jackie was so pleased with his car, our customer service, that he then signed on Trifecta Entertainment, his movie studio, with us to provide all of the cars for those high-speed chases you see in movies.
Was Jackie the only person from Trifecta that you met?
Well, Jackie I met first, but soon after that, Jacob Bennett began coming in with Jackie.
And what did you observe about the relationship between Jacob and Jackie?
Well, they were business partners, and their relationship was probably the cheesiest thing I've ever seen. They're constantly cracking jokes with each other, always consulting each other for business deals. But I can't say the same thing about Casey Maxwell.
What makes you say that?
Well, I only met Casey 2 or 3 times, maybe. And the first time was when Casey came in, wanted to buy 4 Ferrari 599s for a chase scene in a new movie they were going to be filming. And that was the first time I'd met Casey, so I had to ask him if he had the authority to be making such a big purchase. And he didn't appreciate that too much.
How did he react?
Well, he got a red face and indignant, and he said, oh, it's called Trifecta for a reason. And I didn't want to push the sale, so we went ahead, made the purchase, shipped the cars off in a few days. Well, at least that was the plan.
Is that all that happened?
Not quite. About 3 days later, before the cars even left the factory, Jacob Bennett showed up again. This time it was with Casey Maxwell in tow. I say in tow, but what I mean is Casey was being drugged behind Jacob. And Jacob comes in and he starts screaming and shouting, and he goes, the only person you ever sell cars to for Trifecta is me and Jackie.
How did Casey Maxwell react to Jacob saying this?
Well, he got all embarrassed and started apologizing. I'm sorry. But Jacob wouldn't have any of it.
How did you get involved in the police investigation about this case?
Well, the police showed up and said they wanted to know some information about Maseratis. I told them they came to the right place, seeing as we are the only licensed Maserati dealer in the state of Midlands.
What did you tell the police about Maseratis?
And they just wanted to know some basic information. I gave them a rundown. Maseratis for dummies, if you will. I told them best-selling colors, and it's navy, ebony, charcoal, and burgundy. They want to know about how many Maseratis to expect on the streets in Midland. They said anywhere between approximately 600 to 800 at the max. But there is one car less than there used to be.
What do you mean by that?
Well, in May of 2008, a Navy Maserati Quattroporte was stolen off of my lot. About a month later, we found it at a local marina, stripped and ripped.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have no further questions at this time. What the fuck?
Winning.
And how did you get started in car sales?
Well, I started off just selling used... Stop.
Crazy.
You start